Welcome to Foundations of Information Technology, and introduction to the subject area itself. We are going to be covering in this course a critical part of our world today, which is information technology. It is ubiquitous and it is everywhere. It's in business, it's in society, and it's in your personal life, as you know. So the big question is, why study information technology? That's a big question. The reason that you want to study it is because it is foundational to all information systems and the operation of businesses, governments, and things in your community that have to do with banking, finance, communication of all types, things that are driving medicine and research and development that will bring immense changes and good products and services, because with the processing power of information technology, we can address problems and issues that we have never been able to address before. And your ability to grasp it and understand it and work with it is crucial to your own personal success in the world today, in business and in not-for-profits as well, education, as well as other things that have to do with devices that are handheld devices, such as a PDA, a iPad, a tablet PC of some sort. And you know that digital cameras are everywhere as well, webcams like I'm using right now, and your ability to work from your home, to telecommute, and to apply for services right over the internet and have them delivered to your door. So it's an amazing world that we're living in, and Foundations of Information Technology is going to help you to grasp the world better and to work in it effectively and successfully. Information technology has lots of systems that support it and drive it. There are major components to it. There is very physical parts and pieces to it, as well as software and applications that are a part of the whole system itself. And it leads to success for businesses and firms of all sizes, organizations of all types, and it also provides for security and safety for society as well. Information technology are really computer-based information systems that can transform data into useful information. So keep this in mind as you study this course, that you are learning something that you are going to apply as a skill. It's a skill set for you to understand and apply information technology and use it in your job, in your work, and in your life. So be grateful for the opportunity to learn this and to apply this where you are right now. All international trade, banking, and finance, in terms of transactions, are used and utilized through an integrated information technology system. Even science and technology is dependent on the use of clustered grids of thousands of processors linked throughout the world to do millions of transactions and calculations almost instantaneously. We also have things like CCTV cameras that are chained together, and they are put in front of security monitors, and RFID, also radio frequency identification tags, are embedded into merchandise for security purposes. And the software and hardware that supports these cameras and these RFID devices it's immense, and it becomes data that flows through an entire processing system for the purposes of inventory control and inventory loss control as well. So there's very big, large chunks of information technology which are like specialties, areas where you may find jobs where you focus on certain types of information technology and what it can do. Your success as a student, too, is dependent on using information technology. And most of you are very tech savvy already when it comes to the use of a lot of these devices. You couldn't do very well, for example, in economics when it comes to reporting the numerical health of a country or a community, a city, or a business of some sort without the use of information technology systems and software. You could not quantify statistical variances very well without Excel or some other kind of statistical program to use to crunch your numbers with and to create the t-tests, for example, or to see if there is a statistical difference indeed. Are we really seeing something here that's measurable and actually a trend, or it's just something that we think is a trend or it looks like a trend? And by using probability and statistics, you can verify whether or not you have a true trend or not, or you have a real comparison here with what's happening, say, in terms of crime or in terms of purchases of different products and services. So every time you look at this things in the world, you find a computer, you find a device that you use to generate a spreadsheet with or a graph with, and you use that to present information to management so management can make decisions, or perhaps you can make a decision about what to do in your department or where you work or where you are trying to apply information systems. It's very much of a discipline you learn and that you focus on. As has been mentioned before, the need for information technology applies to any organization, whether it is for profit, or not for profit, or if it's institutional, or it is even religious, or having to do with uh, things that you don't easily measure, like profits. You still have to have some way to communicate. Consider a police department, for example. There is only so much manpower that is available for the use in the community to enforce the law and to investigate crimes and to, just to have a presence in the community. So where to assign this personnel, where to put them in terms of their patrols and their visibility, as well as how to focus it in terms of which crimes need the most attention as far as investigation or as far as concentration of effort for the police. You can use an information system and do crime analysis and do crime maps and show hot spots, for example, on the map of where crime is concentrated, what types of crimes they are, burglaries, auto theft, etc. And you can better deploy your resources. You can better handle what is in front of you with managing the community and giving them the sense of security that they need because you are in charge of the police. And this is very valuable information for anyone to have when it comes to people's lives and it comes to keeping property safe and secure. Information technology plays a vital role in the success and decision-making processes of all organizations, and not just business, but a training-driven organization, a transaction-based organization, a government and military organization, and or things like education, online learning. At the center of this vital role is the need for communication. If you have a business, let's say, that is a financial planning, financial securities business, and you have branch offices throughout the country, and you have representatives throughout the country, like a broker dealer, for example, Raymond James Financial. Um, these people have to communicate on a day-to-day basis based on the facts that they are doing financial planning, financial decision making about people's investments. Now, Raymond James Financial has a data center, and I know they do. I've been there and had a tour of it, and I know a lot about it because I have had some insight into what data centers do and how they handle transactions as well as information. What is critical to the functioning of Raymond James, though might not appear immediately to you, but when you start to think about it, the most critical type of communication that they have on a day-to-day basis is email. If all of a sudden the data center went down and just for say 8 minutes or so or 10 minutes or so, you could basically say that they lost about $1 million per minute, because that is how critical the exchange of information in the form of email is for that transaction-based and transaction-driven business, especially in times of stock market changes where we have corrections or we have significant moves in the stock market. There can be significant traffic here when it comes to email as well as selling stock or buying stock, or selling bonds or buying bonds, whatever it might be. This is very significant to their success as a firm and to their clients who are in need of that kind of safety and security for doing business with them and through them. They are not in New York, of course. They are not near the exchanges. So we have to depend on computers to handle those transactions and to do that type of communication when it comes to money and the handling of money, the transfer of money. Even uh, their brokerage accounts are in custodial accounts, and so they're handled by banks that are acting as transfer agents. So there has to be communication between the broker dealer, the brokerage firm, and the banking institution that's acting like a transfer agent. So again, you've got a computer system there. You've got an information technology system that is creating the ability for that transaction to take place quickly. So again, why study in the foundations of information technology? Well, it's everywhere. And you need to know how it is connected, and you need to know how we guard against intrusion and security issues with it as well. So this course is designed to help you get your arms around all of that quickly, and to know the components, the major components of it, and to get an idea of what can be done and what the future is going to look like. You need to know as much as you possibly can. In your material, you're going to find that I have what is called the Information Systems Pyramid. I would spend some time studying that and learning that very well. There are layers in this pyramid, and the first layer is the foundational concepts of what you're going to learn, what you're going to come to understand. Then lay more major concepts and things to do with the developments and management issues in information technology, hardware, software, telecommunications, etc., and databases. There is a third layer where we're going to talk more about applications and how they are used and how they are part of all this. And then the fourth layer is development itself. Why does that, how does that fit into the mix of things? Because we're always needing to develop new software and new applications as changes occur in businesses and out there in the real world. And then the fifth layer, which is management itself. And that's where you and I come into play here. We are going to rely and depend on the resources and the data and information that is generated and given to us through these information technology systems. So let's go together into this and learn as much as we can. And I'm looking forward to any of the questions or concerns that you might have or you might feel that you need answered. I'm here to be a resource for you, to give you some guidance and direction as to how to accomplish uh, learning all the foundations that are connected to information technology. So thanks again for your attention and look forward to working with you soon.